Where's the plow control? Over here. Get that plow up in the air. We're just gonna leave this out of the way because Rodrigo is driving this back down once we are done here. Nice. Alright, so I just cut this steel edge on a 45 here. We do this with all of our wings that have a steel cutting edge on it. That way when you come down with the front first rather than the back, if you are not thinking completely straight and you put the front down into the ground, it'll dig into the blacktop and lift the truck up in the air. So you cut this on a 45 here. That way when this hits the ground first, it'll ride on the ground rather than dig into it. You're only losing about 3 inches, maybe 2 inches of cutting edge on the ground, but that part of the blade is behind your front plow, so it doesn't really matter. You're not missing out on anything. It's really just a safer way to run a steel edge on your wing. Rodrigo also threw a winter edge on the front of this plow on Saturday. It looks super nice. This is the same edge we put on the truck last week. And then over here on the F600, if you remember when I put these shoes on, we did not have holes for the back bolt that goes through the blade. We've re-drilled this plow for standard highway punch, and you can see these did not hold up very well. So what we're doing now, I think he did this side already. Oh no, he didn't. So he pulled it off from here. But we're drilling 2 new holes that line up with one of the bolts on the front. That way we don't have to drill the blade every time. And then these can get put on, and then it can get bolted through the blade as well. Hopefully this thing doesn't snap. Obviously it's a little beat up, but we're gonna keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. All right, let's get this truck thrown in the garage since it is staying here. I have to be careful where I park it though. The electrician is on his way. I don't know if he's coming to start working or if he's just coming to look and see what he needs for the job. But I don't want to park this somewhere that is gonna block him from being able to run his wire. So we got to keep it off the walls a little bit. I know where the electric is going, so I don't have to worry about the wall in between the old building and the new building. There's no outlets going on that wall. It is completely sided on the inside there. But the back wall and the, well, we say back and front, the side with the doors, well, the side here with the doors is technically the back. The far side that doesn't have any doors is really the front. So those 2 walls are getting outlets along with the wall that separates this small section and the big section. So as long as I keep this truck off of those walls, he should have plenty of room to work. It is going to be so nice when we don't have any trucks left outside. All right, that should be good enough. We'll get this plow down. Turn this off. Kill that. There is also a knife switch under the hood. We put battery disconnects on these. Pretty much all of our trucks, not all of them, but most of them have battery disconnects, so when we're not using them. Where's this lever? There it is. Come on. When we're not using them, the batteries won't die on us. Alright, so I need to grab the key for this excavator and put a chain on this liquid tank. I'm going to back this up to the blade. The panel for the electric is going right on this wall here. He's going to pull electric out of our little office in there, come through the ceiling, and then drop down into the panel rather than drilling a hole through this wall. So I need to give him a little bit of room to work here. Rodrigo put this here not knowing the panel was going here, and obviously it's a bit too tight. So let me grab the key, we'll throw a chain on this, we'll back all of this up, and then he should have plenty of room to work. All right, he should have plenty of room to work here now. I got like 3 or 4 feet here. He only needs a couple feet to get the panel in there and then obviously run his wires. He'll have to go over the door, drop down again. And then we're getting outlets along the entire wall, all 3 sides here. So plenty of room to work. I left some room behind this truck here. I could pull it forward a little bit, but he's got at least 3 feet here as well. So outlet there. I think every 2 studs we're getting an outlet in here. That way we can plug all the trucks in that are inside here as well. But very good progress on this garage here. All right, we got the shoes back on this Fisher plow. We ended up drilling 2 holes right here. You can see the old holes, which are factory from Fisher, but the bolt pattern for a Fisher plow is not the same as the blades that we use. All of our blades are standard highway punch. So we re-drilled this plow last year to fit our blade. So it is double drilled for the Fisher punch and also standard highway punch. So rather than drilling a hole through this blade, we drilled 2 new holes through this piece of angle iron here. That way when we change the blade, we don't have to drill a hole in it every single time. So we have 2 holes here that fit this shoe, and then we have 2 over there that fit that shoe. And now whenever we change a blade, we can just bolt these right back on. All right, these guys are heading out of here. They're hopping in that white pickup truck, bringing it down to our shop. We still have no update on this SkyTrack here. If you saw my video, you know what I'm talking about. If you didn't see it, obviously these tires are melted. It got grounded out through a wire that got taken out right onto the machine. This whole thing was on fire. You can go back on my channel and see it. I think I titled it "Our SkyTrack Got Totaled." But you see this yellow piece here. This used to be on this electric line, this low-hanging one that is right in front of our salt bin, and unfortunately one of the delivery drivers took it out. So obviously it's still laying on the ground here. But one thing that we added here, which hopefully prevents this from happening again, is these high voltage overhead signs. We added one there and one there, and then we also put one on each side of our salt bin here. So one right up there and one right up there. So hopefully the drivers see these and they pay attention. This wire is very low. We have asked the electric company to raise it up, but that just doesn't seem to happen. One thing I'm going to talk to my father about, it might be a good idea to get 2 more of these and put one right here That way when they back into our salt bin and they're facing out, they can see that one and then also another right here. So these would basically be doubled up facing on both sides. That way there's 6 signs here, and if they miss it, then that's obviously completely on them. It's on them anyway. When you're a delivery driver, you should know to look above and make sure you're not driving out somewhere with the dump body up in the air and you're going to take a wire out. So it's unfortunate it happened, but it is what it is. Now we're just in a waiting game to see what happens to the SkyTrack. But obviously there's a bit of a snowstorm here. We have one of our guys out. He's actually in the truck that was parked right here that Rodrigo put the bigger salt spreader on. So he's testing that out this storm. I don't think there's going to be any plowing here. It's just a salt event most likely. This is the big snowstorm that came across the entire country, but it stayed pretty much just south of us, and it really went through like the Virginia area, maybe like Maryland and stuff like that, and it just didn't get pushed up to New York enough. Down at our other shop, which is actually about a half hour south of here, my father was on the cameras and he says it's completely dry there, but we're gonna hop in our truck and head down there. But I'm gonna wrap this video up here. If you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys next time. Peace.